Contracts are the backbone of business and personal agreements, but what makes them truly enforceable? Let's explore the world of legally binding contracts and uncover the key elements that give them their power. A legally binding contract is an agreement between two or more parties that can be enforced by law. These contracts are valid under federal and state laws, obligating all parties to adhere to the terms and fulfill their duties. While a written contract is often the clearest way to establish an agreement, it's important to note that even emails, faxes, or phone calls can create legally binding contracts under certain circumstances. For a contract to be legally binding, it must contain two essential elements: an agreement and consideration. The agreement consists of an offer and acceptance, while consideration refers to something of value exchanged between the parties. Additional provisions can strengthen a contract's legality, such as clearly defined terms, conditions, performance expectations, and payment details. Contracts come in various forms, each suited for different situations. Written contracts provide the strongest legal enforceability and are recommended for complex agreements. Verbal contracts, while potentially binding, can be challenging to prove in court. Implied contracts are created through actions rather than explicit words. Unilateral contracts involve one party making a promise in exchange for an act, while bilateral contracts see both parties agreeing to mutual obligations. When does a contract become enforceable? Certain agreements, such as those involving real estate or lasting more than a year, must be in writing under the statute of frauds. Electronic contracts and signatures are now widely accepted, thanks to laws like the Electronic Signatures and Global and National Commerce Act. In some cases, simply performing the agreed-upon action can confirm acceptance of a contract. It's crucial to distinguish between binding and non-binding contracts. Binding contracts clearly define obligations and are enforceable by law. Non-binding agreements, often used for letters of intent or preliminary negotiations, outline intentions without creating legal obligations. Understanding this distinction helps parties determine the enforceability of their agreements. What happens when a contract is breached? Common types of breaches include material breaches, which significantly violate the agreement, minor breaches that partially fail to fulfill obligations, and anticipatory breaches, where one party indicates in advance they won't fulfill the contract. Legal remedies for breaches may include compensation for damages, contract termination, or specific performance requirements. In conclusion, legally binding contracts are powerful tools that form the foundation of countless agreements in our society. By understanding their key elements, types, and enforceability, individuals and businesses can better protect their interests and ensure their agreements stand up to legal scrutiny. Remember, when in doubt about the enforceability of a contract, it's always wise to consult with a legal professional.